The book is Don't Swallow Your Gum, Myths, Half-Truths, and Outright Lies About Your Body and Health. Basically, it's a fun collection of medical myths, things that people believe about their bodies and their health that are true, but have really either have no evidence behind them or have been shown to actually be false. It was pitched to the general public. Certainly we thought that maybe medical professionals would be interested in it a bit, but really it's directed at regular people who might have beliefs about their health. We've found actually that lots and lots of people just in the general public believe many of these myths.
Well, there are all kinds of myths about your body. One that surprises a lot of people is the idea that if you shave off hair, it will grow back faster or darker or thicker. And none of those things are true. It doesn't change how fast your hair grows if you shave it off. It might look a little darker at first, but that's just because the sun and other chemicals haven't had a chance to lighten it up. And it might feel thicker because the ends have been cut off, but it's really no different than any of the other hair.
There's a number of different sections. One of them has to do with pregnancy and babies. Another one has to do with how we might get sick. There's a section on food, and we end with actually a section on more controversial myths or things that actually people argue about more.
Parents are really concerned that they do the right thing for their kids, and often they've heard one thing from their mother, one thing from someone else, and they're not sure what's true. One of the really common ones is the idea that if they give the baby some cereal, the baby will sleep longer. In fact, a lot of pediatricians believe that that's true. But when you look at the studies, there's no evidence for that one either.
Well, I think the one that still causes me the most trouble is the myth that sugar makes kids hyperactive. Still, I have friends and colleagues even who will argue with this with me, even after it's been shown. There have been more double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled trials on this issue than almost any drug that's ever been approved, and all of them show that there just is no relationship between sugar and kids acting hyperactive, and yet people still refuse to believe that's not so. We would almost always start with reviews of the medical literature. We would go through Medline and try to do very systematic reviews to look for any evidence that exists. If there were no studies, which sometimes happen, we'd then expand our search into more broad general things like Google or other internet searches, because we wanted to be complete and see if there was any information out there at all. It ranges. Most of it has been very positive. Certainly it was much more of a response than we expected. After each of the two papers, there was a lot of media. We did a fair amount of newspaper and magazine and radio and TV interviews, and some blowback. Some people feel very strongly that these things are true and are willing to fight about them.
We think that this book is great for everyone, honestly. We've really tried to write it in a way that it's like we're talking to you, whether you're one of our adolescent patients, a parent we work with, or just a friend.
We would consider it a success if people would learn to question why more often. So many of the things we do in medicine are our best guess. They're not proven. Some things are, but so many things are our best guess. And it's okay that we do that, but we should be upfront about it. And it's okay for patients to ask why they're being told to do things, and to understand that sometimes they're doing it because we know it's the right thing to do, and sometimes because it's our best guess.